Hi there. It's week 9. We got to get everything out of the garage, out into the yard. We got a big week. We got to check the compost. We got to make some pine needle mulch. We got a bunch of new dirt that we got delivered to us this week. And then we're going to put as many seedlings in the ground as we possibly can this week. Also, we got really sunburned last week when we were doing all that wheelbarrowing. So we got a ridiculous new hat. Yeah, gardening hat. Don't I look like a dude in the gardening hat now? Yeah, this is good shit. So let's get started. Woo! I don't think we're going to use any of these plants. I think this one we're going to cut back and replant. This one is done. This is the one I've been getting my basil with for my meals, and it's about done. This one might actually be able to get repotted, so we'll give it a chance here. There's so much pollen here. There's pollen everywhere. Everything is covered in pollen. Look at the cherry blossoms. This tree is so great. No luck, still not heating up. My new theory is it's way too much carbon. I'm putting too much cardboard in. I don't know, man. I don't know what those little holes are there, though. That's interesting. And it looks like my mother-in-law threw some paper in here, but just gonna keep at it. Put everything in, give it a toss. So you see that top and you're like, oh, that looks dry, but as soon as you shovel it up, it's very moist inside. Which means maybe I should consider putting the tarp back on it. I had hoped it would rain a lot and it would keep it moist on the top. That didn't really help. So I guess I'll put the tarp back on it this week. Let's see if that helps. Yeah. So I'm thinking of raking up a bunch of these pine needles and using them as mulch. I read an article about it, and it said you just rake them up, shake out the pine cones, and you can mulch them, use them as mulch. They're really long. They call it black gold. North Carolina long pine needles. I got a lot of North Carolina long pines. So, I mean, it's free mulch, but I also have the leaf mold mulch, and I'm not sure which I'm going to do. Leaf mold is already shredded up. These are too long to fit in my containers, my small containers as is, but I'm going to try and do some of this today. But I think I'm too excited, and I'm just going to get started on planting. Okay, we're going to start with the overwintered peppers. They're going to go in the birdies' beds because squirrels don't like peppers. That one I can tell is fine. I'm a little bit nervous about this. I don't know if this is going to work or not. The tutorials I said online were like, use the ones that have green stems still, and I can't tell if any of these have green stems. It's kind of a nightmare, but we're going to take them out, we're going to inspect them, we're going to plant some. Upon second thought, I think we're just going to leave them in their various bins here, their various pots, and give them a fertilizer and a water and see which ones bounce back before we consider any transplanting. That seems best. We've also got some stuff here we bought at the store that's overwintered, some grapes and blueberries. I'm gonna put all those in pots. Hope we didn't wait too long. I've never done any of this before. It's making me really nervous. So this is the first stuff I'm gonna get into pots, except we do have this guy, the one overwintered pepper I let grow all winter under the grow lights. Didn't put out any peppers, as you may recall, one pepper. But it's definitely green, it's definitely live, so we're gonna trim it back and start fresh with this one as well. The trick here, I think, is we're gonna cut this plant down, all these branches down, and then we're gonna add a layer of soil to the top, some more fertilizer, water it a ton, put it out in the sun, hope that it starts to grow back new growth this year that will actually produce peppers. So let's do it. Some of the leaf mold compost as mulch, new mulch. Okay, now we're going to do this to all the overwintered pepper plants that look viable. We can go to time lapse. See what I mean about the pine needles being a little bit too long to be useful as a mulch without being shredded there. So that is a project I got to do one of these days. All right, well, this is all the peppers that I overwintered. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, it should be said I did not know what I was doing last year. I did not know about mulch. I did not really understand how to overwinter. I will be incredibly thrilled if even a few of these peppers make it through to this year. A couple of them did have green on before this. That one is definitely green. That one's got some green on it, but I bet a lot of these do not survive. So that's why we're not going to plant them into the birdie's bed. Just going to leave them here for a week, see which ones sprout green. Moving on. I didn't really want to have to do this. I was hoping I had enough dirt, but I didn't. So I got 20, 30-pound bags of black gold container mix delivered this week. So we're going to use this to plant all the new stuff. It's more plastic, I'm bummed. We're going to worry about that next year. Next year we're going to try and go plastic free. But for now, I consider this a failure, but we got to move on. A strawberry plant, a blueberry plant, and 4 grape plants. I would love these to last forever. I'd love them to get started. They're the kind of things you buy just at the box store. They're dormant, and you're supposed to plant them when they wake up in the spring. See that one grape there? It's waking up. The rest of them I'm not sure. But we got a lot of good pots here, and we're gonna just pot them up. Maybe in temporary blue pots, just to see if they work or not, and we will then apply tender love and care to whichever ones start growing. But for now, let's give them a fighting chance. It's gonna rain in 10 minutes. I want the rain. This place is covered in pollen, so we welcome the rain. Look at that pollen. Let's survey what we've done. We have planted all of the grapes and blueberry bushes that we bought that may or may not be dead. They all look dead. It's a mystery. You buy them at a box store in the middle of winter. They're dormant. They're supposed to wake up, yet I feel like they're dead. So I don't know. But this one's not dead, so that one's working. That's exciting. The rest of these may or may not be dead. We have 4 green grapes, 1 purple grape, and a blueberry. We bought a strawberry, but it didn't work. We have over here all the overwintered peppers, as you've seen. And what we have here that I'd like to do before the 10 minutes are up are some peppers that were seedlings over the winter that grew this much in the winter. I don't know if they're actually going to make it or not, but they seem like a further start than my new seedling peppers, so I'm going to plant them real quick into this bed and hope for the best. Perfect timing. The rain is falling. That bed will get watered. Everything will get watered nice and thick that I just planted. So I think we're done for the day. Tomorrow we will work on the seedlings upstairs. Take care. Pollen. Good morning. We had a big rainstorm last night. Washed a lot of the pollen off the house and the planters and everything. That was great. See it gathering down here in the pond. It's quite lovely, even with the pollen. Let's go see how things were and get started today. The wind has started the process of killing off the cherry blossoms. It's only been a week. They're already starting to go. Farewell, sweet cherry blossoms. We hardly knew ye. See you next year. Well, actually, for one night, not nothing. That guy's got a little leaf. See? Little new leaves there. Right there, right there. That guy's got a new leaf. Only two, but it's only been not even 24 hours, so that's not nothing. I think we're gonna have two at least successfully overwintered peppers. That is pretty exciting. These guys seem happy. I left all these tomatoes out overnight and it rained a lot. I've already emptied these bins once. The water in the bins was up to like here, so these need a good draining today. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do actually. Get all these out, drain their bins so they can dry out. This one over here I didn't drain at all. So that's gonna need some draining as well. So we're gonna do this real quick before we get started on the planting. All right, well this is a bigger tragedy than I realized. You know, about 15 plants here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 just didn't make it. Just drowned. This guy, I think, will make it ultimately. And then more to the point, 5 of them I forgot to drill. So 3 of these have actually made it anyway, which is a miracle. And the other 2 are really weak. There are just no holes in the bottoms of these cups, so I'm gonna swap them out. It's really stupid. I don't know how I messed that up, but we're gonna get that fixed now. All right, well, I think I still got about 10, 12 out of 18 or so. I've swapped out. These 3 were in cups without holes, as were these 2 bad ones at the end. Everything has now got proper drainage. The whole thing is drained. It's a beautiful sunny day, perfect temperature for tomatoes. I'm gonna leave these out here for a few hours while I plant other stuff. Hope they recover. I'm gonna turn and do the same thing to that one. Okay, well, that was a half hour I didn't want to spend, but all the tomatoes are drained. Double checked on all the drainage holes. What a stupid mistake. I made backups and I still have enough, but that was a real bummer. I probably lost like 10, 12 tomatoes there. But it's a pretty sunny day. There's a cloud right there, but that'll go away in a second. And these guys will get some sun and they're drained and hopefully they can come bounce back strong today. Over here, we have some grow bags from last year. Kind of a cheapish fabric grow bags I bought in bulk on Amazon. And my wife bleached them and rinsed them, so looks like they're good to be reused for this year. They were out in the rain last night, so you know, I think the bleach is fully out of them now. A little scared to use them. Finally, we can move on to the cucumbers. Let's do it. We prepped this bed last night. It's really moist from the rain. But we are gonna get it's got some compost mixed in with the old dirt. We'll till it up some more, add a little bit of worm castings and things. But this is where cucumbers are going here. And same with here. Gotta prep this bed and pull this garlic. None of this worked. It grew all winter. and it did not bulb up. Kind of a shame. So we're gonna clean this out. I just threw in some store-bought garlic and see what happened. And yeah, I mean, they grew, so that's something. I'm gonna try again this year. Deeper beds, deeper burial earlier. I didn't start this till December, but you know, valiant effort for half-assing it. Anyway, prep these 2 beds. Gonna hang some trellis netting here because that thing didn't work very well last year. So we're gonna have sort of an angular 2 square trellis netting for these. The garden table has not come, which is total bullshit. I ordered it from Amazon because it was supposed to come this week, and it didn't. And so they say it'll be here Tuesday now, but I'm using this, my little storage bin here as a makeshift gardening table today. So let's get started on the cucumbers and the peppers. Okay, same thing with this bed, except for we got to clean it out and prep it first. Pull up all this failed garlic, add some compost, some other stuff, till it, and then plant some more cucumbers. Let's go. Okay, got 12 cucumbers planted, 11. I'm gonna plant some stuff in the front of these beds. I'm gonna go find some stuff and come plant it. Okay, next up, we're gonna plant some carrots in this whiskey barrel. Fill it with soil, add a little fertilizer, sow the seeds, top it off a little bit, cover it with mulch. Here we go. Okay, next we're gonna fill this big birdie's bed with the peppers seedlings. Let's do it. All right, well, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll give them a day or two. See how they get settled. Now, debating what to do with this bed. I have a couple options. I have more peppers. Yeah, I messed that stuff up. That's sad. I got more peppers to put in here. I could wait and see which ones of the overwintered ones are gonna make it and put them in there, but I think I'm starting the new ones in there. I'm gonna just do a whole other bed of peppers. That's what my urge is telling me. That's what I'm gonna do. Here we go. Okay, both birdies' beds planted with a ton of peppers. Got cucumbers planted, fennel, baby bok choy over there, overwintered peppers, new whiskey barrel of carrots, 4 grapes, and a blueberry. Now, we're gonna take the rest of the seedlings, and we're gonna go upstairs on the porch and start doing some stuff up there. Definitely fill the Greenstalk planter at a minimum. Okay, here's the situation. My parents went away for a week's vacation. They left the keys to the brand new Porsche. Huh, yeah, right. My parents had a 74 Dart. Anyway, the Greenstalk, which is above us, right there. Probably has about 25 slots left in it. And you know, I got all these different things. And I think I really just want sort of one of each in the Greenstalk, which is a whole thing. So basically what I need to do now is I need to pull out one of each. I will load up this tray with them, and I will bring them upstairs and we'll plant them. This also is a problem because I have 1 label per 6, and I'm going to be separating out the 1 from the 6. So as I do it, I need to make new labels, which is super tedious. It's really windy, so we're going to do this by hand instead of using the label maker. So you're going to get a nice time lapse of me filling the tray of stuff that's going upstairs and making labels. And I think I'm going to go get my rolly stool for it. So let's start. I gotta find some way to get this thing hooked up to the irrigation. You fill the top and it drips down to all the beds. It's pretty cool, but it takes a long time to fill the top. We're gonna mulch this thing real quick. Let's do that. Every YouTuber's all like, oh yeah, you can even mulch with cardboard, but none of them do it. But I'm gonna do it. I mulched with cardboard. I don't even care. There we go. I'm gonna roll it out in the sun. That thing is fully planted. I'll check in on it next week. Okay, I got about 45 minutes till dinner. We eat dinner early. It's not my night to watch Jane, so some of these are definitely ready to come out of their cups and into larger containers. So that, I think, is the most pressing thing. I'm going to pick out 10 or so. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those are the ones I want to get planted in the next half hour. I think I can do it. I'm quick. Also, these are the pumpkin or the watermelon. They're getting really big. I got to plant those, but it might not be today. But if we can get those 11 into their grow bags today, we will have considered it a success. Let's go. All right, well, I sort of made it. These are all the indeterminates. One of every variety I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 varieties. I need to water them and mulch them down. It is dinner time, but I'm gonna take 10 extra minutes. Those two are indeterminate, so they're gonna need to go into some of these containers. Probably not particularly wise to leave these down here overnight. The squirrels will get them, so I'm gonna move them after dinner and get them upstairs. Get that stuff back in the garage, same thing. Don't want the squirrels nibbling on it. And get those two potted up and put somewhere. So we'll do all that after dinner. Starting to look like a garden up here. That is where I'm going to grow my tomatoes. Have to grow them on the porch because our squirrels are ravenous. So I've grown up here before and it's worked fine, mostly with some squirrel repellent. But I learned a lot of stuff this year, so I'm going to be building a trellis system for them here and use the hook and string method and make a nice little shade wall of tomatoes. Those are all the basils that had been overwintered. Successfully grew basils all winter and a mint in the middle there. Greenstalk planter is filled. Birdie's beds are filled with peppers. Overwintered peppers are out. Grapes and blueberries, cucumbers, fennel, Napa cabbage down there. Still lots more to do, but it's been a productive weekend. Thank you for watching. Bye, cherry blossoms. Take care.